When it comes to a farewell, some leave quietly, but then there's Lewis Hamilton. His last race with Mercedes at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix was no ordinary goodbye. From starting in a disappointing 16th place to charging through the grid to finish an impressive 4th, Hamilton showed why he's one of the greatest in Formula One. But that wasn't the end of the story. The FIA had something special planned for him, a moment that highlighted his impact on the sport. After the race, for the first time ever, Hamilton was invited to take a lap of honor with the top 3 finishers. A fitting tribute for a driver who has redefined excellence in F1. You'd think it would be the perfect send-off, but behind all the celebrations there was still unfinished business. Mercedes team boss Toto Wolff wasn't holding back, admitting that their poor qualifying performance put Hamilton at a major disadvantage. It was a costly mistake, one that could have denied him a podium spot in his final race with the team. Despite that, Hamilton's resolve remained strong. This wasn't just a race, it was the culmination of an era. But as they say, the end of one chapter is just the start of another. Even as the cheers of the crowd echoed through the Yas Marina circuit, Mercedes boss Toto Wolff couldn't help but feel the sting of what could have been. "I owe Lewis an apology," Wolff confessed, admitting that their misjudgment in qualifying had put the 7-time champion at a clear disadvantage. "We messed up. It was a mistake of timing, and we paid the price for it." To see someone like Wolff, who's been through countless highs with Hamilton, admit to such a blunder spoke volumes about how much that race meant to the team. But here's the thing about Hamilton, he doesn't dwell on setbacks. Sure, he was visibly frustrated after being the last car on track in qualifying and ending up behind an Alpine. But he didn't let that frustration consume him. "We worked so hard on the setup, and for a while it looked like we could have made the podium. But sometimes things just don't go your way," he said. Reflecting on the weekend, he had every right to be upset, yet he chose to use that energy as motivation. That's the mark of a true champion. Despite the odds, Hamilton fought his way through the field and secured a P4 finish. After the race, with exhaustion written all over his face, he delivered a message to his team. "We dreamed alone, but together we believed," Hamilton said, his voice thick with emotion. The bond between him and the team was undeniable. It was a farewell to a partnership that had rewritten the F1 history books. Hamilton's final race with Mercedes wasn't just a goodbye, it was the closing of an era. Over the past 11 years, Hamilton and Mercedes had been an unstoppable force in Formula One. 6 drivers' championships, 7 constructors' titles, and 84 race wins. The numbers are staggering. But beyond the statistics, what made their partnership special was the sheer consistency and dominance they brought to the sport. Together, they didn't just break records, they set new standards of excellence. As Hamilton stepped away from the Silver Arrows, it marked a significant shift not just for him but for the entire team. For Mercedes, losing a driver of Hamilton's caliber is a huge challenge. Toto Wolff himself admitted that replacing Hamilton isn't just impossible, it's something the team will have to accept as part of their new reality. "Lewis has been at the core of everything we've achieved. His legacy will be with us forever," Wolff said, acknowledging the weight of his departure. But while Mercedes has a tough road ahead, Hamilton's move to Ferrari has injected fresh excitement into his career. The decision to leave Mercedes shocked many, especially after Hamilton had spoken about the possibility of retiring with the team. Yet, the allure of Ferrari, a team steeped in history and passion, was simply too strong to resist. It wasn't an easy choice, but it felt like the right time, Hamilton explained, revealing that the performance clause in his Mercedes contract opened the door to this bold new chapter. When Hamilton made the decision to leave Mercedes and sign with Ferrari, it sent shockwaves through the F1 world. Fans, pundits, and even drivers alike were left questioning what this move meant for his career. Was this the right decision? Could Ferrari give him the car he needed to chase that elusive 8th world championship? The answer, for now, remains uncertain, but Hamilton isn't backing down. For him, the move to Ferrari represents something bigger than just winning another title. It's about a new challenge, a fresh start, and the chance to continue building his legacy in a new chapter. "Ferrari is Ferrari," Hamilton said, his eyes lighting up at the thought of joining the iconic team. "It's a dream to be part of a team with such a rich history. It's an honor, and I know there's a lot of work ahead, but I'm ready for it." For Hamilton, the allure of a team steeped in tradition and success is undeniable. Yet, this new journey won't be easy. Ferrari hasn't been a consistent title contender in recent years, and the challenge of turning things around could either be a defining moment in his career or a bitter reminder of how difficult the sport can be when you're not in the best car. Hamilton's decision to make this leap was as much about ambition as it was about passion. "I've always thrived on challenges. I know it won't be easy, but that's what I live for," he said. The prospect of being the one to lead Ferrari back to the top is a challenge that excites him. Whether he'll be able to do it remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, Hamilton won't go down without a fight. As the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix came to a close, it wasn't just another race for Hamilton, it was the end of a chapter that had defined his career. The emotions were raw as he completed his cool-down lap, having just crossed the finish line in 4th place. He had left everything on the track, pushing himself and his car to the limit. It wasn't the fairy tale finish he might have dreamed of, but it was a fitting tribute to a driver who has always given 100% in every race. After the race, Hamilton took a moment to reflect on his incredible journey with Mercedes. "It's hard to put into words," he said. "Mercedes will always be a part of me." The bond between Hamilton and the team was evident to anyone who saw the way he interacted with the crew. He didn't just drive the car, he helped shape the success of a team that changed the sport forever. "What we've achieved together is beyond words," Hamilton said, his voice thick with emotion. But even as he said goodbye to Mercedes, he was already looking ahead. The move to Ferrari, while bittersweet, was an opportunity for a new challenge. And despite the uncertainty surrounding Ferrari's ability to provide him with a competitive car, Hamilton's optimism remains intact. "This is a new chapter. A new challenge. I'm ready for it," he declared. And if there's one thing we know about Hamilton, it's that he thrives on challenges. Hamilton's time with Mercedes wasn't just about the records he set or the titles he won, it was about reshaping the sport itself. With 84 race victories, 78 pole positions, and countless podium finishes, Hamilton's achievements at Mercedes are unmatched. He holds the record for the most wins at a single Grand Prix, with 9 victories at Silverstone, a feat that may never be repeated. But beyond the numbers, Hamilton has left a lasting impact on Formula One. His relationship with Mercedes was built on mutual respect and a shared vision for success. Together, they dominated the sport for nearly a decade, pushing each other to new heights. But now, as Hamilton steps away, the team faces an uncertain future without their superstar. The challenge for Mercedes is clear: how do you replace a driver who has been so integral to your success? Toto Wolff has already said that replacing Hamilton is impossible, and he's right. But the team must carry on, honoring Hamilton's legacy by continuing to push the limits of what's possible. For Hamilton, his final race with Mercedes was more than just a farewell, it was a statement. A statement that even in the face of adversity, he's still one of the best drivers in the world. After crossing the finish line and overtaking teammate George Russell on the final lap, Hamilton proved that his skills haven't diminished, even if his car wasn't the fastest. The gap between himself and Russell had been 14 seconds earlier in the race, but Hamilton's determination and experience saw him make up the difference. As the sun set over the Yas Marina circuit, it became clear that Hamilton's departure from Mercedes was more than just the end of a racing season, it was the end of an era. His time with the Silver Arrows had been nothing short of legendary. The records, the titles, the wins, all of it spoke to a driver who had left his mark on Formula One in a way that few others ever could. And yet, as Hamilton soaked in the significance of his final race with Mercedes, he was already thinking about what lies ahead. Hamilton's farewell wasn't just about the podium or the race itself, it was about the connection he had with his team. The moment was emotional, and as he performed celebratory donuts on the track, you could see the deep sense of gratitude and respect he had for everyone who had been a part of his incredible journey. "I wanted to soak it all in," Hamilton said, reflecting on everything they had accomplished together. "Mercedes will always be a part of me." As he prepares to step into the iconic red suit of Ferrari, Hamilton's departure from Mercedes marks the beginning of something new. He's not retiring or fading away, he's chasing a new challenge. And though there are still many unknowns, the prospect of Hamilton joining Ferrari has injected fresh excitement into his career. Ferrari has always been a team of passion, history, and glory, and now Hamilton gets to be a part of that story. As the sun sets on Hamilton's incredible career with Mercedes, a new chapter begins. For fans, the departure from the Silver Arrows is bittersweet. After all, it's the end of an era that saw one of the sport's greatest ever drivers achieve remarkable success. But Hamilton's move to Ferrari is a bold new venture that promises to bring fresh challenges and exciting opportunities. The question on everyone's mind now is whether Hamilton can continue to build on his legacy with Ferrari. His decision to leave the comfort of a dominant team shows just how much he thrives on challenge and growth. Ferrari, a team with rich history but recent struggles, will be looking to Hamilton to not only bring his driving skills but also his leadership and experience in pushing the team forward. If anyone can elevate Ferrari back to the top, it's him. With the 2025 season on the horizon, all eyes will be on Hamilton as he dons the iconic red suit. Will he achieve his long-awaited 8th world title? Or will the challenges of a new team prove to be too much? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Lewis Hamilton's story is far from over. His passion, his drive, and his unrelenting pursuit of greatness mean that, no matter what happens, he'll continue to leave his mark on Formula One for years to come. As fans, we can only sit back and enjoy the ride, knowing that Hamilton's journey is one of the most captivating in the history of the sport. Whether he succeeds or faces setbacks, his legacy in Formula One is already secure. So as the 2025 season kicks off, we get to witness yet another chapter in the incredible saga of Lewis Hamilton, one that could potentially redefine his legacy and continue to inspire generations of racing fans.